the #1 Thundercat bassline is... I'm Tom. Today I'm going to run down the top 6 Thundercat bass lines. Thundercat is one of my favorite bassists. He blends soul with virtuosity, incredible groove, and he has an extremely high musical IQ. Thundercat is also such a cool cat. His songs are fun and he shows such a positive energy when he's playing them. He's just great. Now, Thundercat plays a 6-string bass, which I know most of you don't have, so if I can play the bass line on a 4-string, I will. Let me know in the comments what your favorite bass line of his is, and if there are any that I've missed, and do consider subscribing if you want more content like this. This bass line from his latest album has a great groove and also that sweet Thundercat auto wah. If you want to play this on a 6-string, drop this note down an octave and you'll be all set. There's some cool movements around the scale within each chord, like here and here, and they make a very simple chord progression far more interesting. There's some great jazz chords in this one, like that G6.
Like a G6.
The jazz chords add that rich harmony, and the pitch shifter effect gives the line more clarity and personality. I'm playing the bass line from the Tiny Desk concert, which is a bit different from the track. Holding down the bar chords is a real workout for your fretting hand, and I found that my hand was quite painful for hours afterwards, but I do have quite a high action on this bass. So low action on the bass will definitely help. And with the plucking hand, Thundercat uses his thumb on those low strings and his index and middle finger on the high strings. And it's a bit of a challenge to try to make sure that those high notes are nice and clear and you get all the notes even and consistent. But Thundercat has for years been a top session player. He's worked with Erykah Badu, Childish Gambino, Snoop Dogg, Mac Miller, Anderson .Paak, Flying Lotus, and has such a diverse range of skills that he was a member of the hardcore punk band Suicidal Tendencies when he was just a teenager. With his work on Kendrick Lamar's masterpiece To Pimp a Butterfly, he became known to a massive audience. In an interview with ID magazine, Thundercat mentions the King Kunta bassline is a homage to DJ Quick and the late Mausberg. The bassline is a tribute to Thundercat's sensibility as a musician, because despite his immense skills, this bassline is simple because a simple bassline is the right thing for this track. Thundercat played the whole bassline on 1 string, but I think it's a bit easier to play it over 2 strings, so that's what I've done with the tab. Thundercat. As I mentioned before, Thundercat draws from a wide variety of influences: thrash metal, psychedelia, jazz fusion, surreal humour, and this track has it all. Well, except for the thrash metal. Interestingly, this track has the most harmonically dense chord progression of all the bass lines today, but also the most silly lyrics. And maybe that contrast between the musical sophistication and the, at times, ridiculousness of the lyrics is what makes this track so good. There's a great lyric, I may be covered in cat hair but I still smell good. There's a hilarious music video which Haim appear in. It's silly, it's fun, and probably only Thundercat could pull this off. On the bass line itself, there are a couple of fast passages here and here. So in this section, I found that coming back to play these 3 notes in the first position, so fingers 1, 0, 1, 2, is the easiest way to play it. So slowly, the way I played it is, coming back. And then playing those last 2 notes on the 2nd fret with my index was the easiest way to play it. Thundercat and Mac Miller were great friends. There's a moment in that Tiny Desk concert where you can see the mutual love and respect between them. Thundercat has spoken openly about the devastation he felt at Mac's passing, and he dedicated his last album to him. This track with the killer beat, Thundercat's bass line, Mac's voice is pretty much perfect. So make sure you pay attention to those staccato notes, which are the ones with the dots above it. So in this section here, we play it like this. Yeah, and that just kind of makes it pop. And in that final bar there with the muted notes, yeah, so it really adds to the groove. The number one Thundercat bass line is Them Changes. This track is such a jam. It's got that awesome Isley Brothers drum beat, the auto-wah bass, and when he plays it live, he plays breathtaking fills like this one. Once again, holding down the bar chords will be a real challenge, so get the action low, and you'll really need to get your fretting fingers right up against the frets. To be able to get those notes nice and clear. This track has been covered by Ariana Grande, Tom Misch, and it just feels so good playing it. Today's video. Do subscribe if you want more content like this, and that's it.